Hello! Today we're going to prove identities in trigonometry. I like proving identities in trigonometry. It's like a puzzle wherein you put all the pieces together and then you'll realize at the end that you were able to solve a problem. And I also like this because this gives us the chance to apply what we learned in the past. And also in these exercises, we have the opportunity to practice or to exercise our analytical ability and problem solving ability. So let's get started. So today we're going to prove this equation that sine squared theta plus cosine to the fourth theta is equal to cosine squared theta plus sine to the fourth theta. Okay, so as I've said, all these things should be based on what we have learned in the past. I think I have one video here. I'll just put the link in the description below. Uh, it's all about uh, proving. It's all about one identity. We call the Pythagorean identity, and that is cosine or sine. Sorry, let's start with sine. Sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta is equal to 1. I think that's one identity that we can really use to prove this given equation here. Now, in this concept, of course, we can play around with it. Like, we can say if sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta equals 1, then we can say, based on algebra, of course, that cosine squared theta is equal to 1 minus sine squared theta. Or we can also say that sine squared theta is equal to 1 minus cosine squared theta. Okay, so that should support us, to solve this problem. And another thing that I would like to say is that when you prove identities, you focus on just one side. Which side will you work on and come up with the expression on the other side? So in this case, I would like to work on the right side. Okay, so since I'm working on the right side, so I should, okay, let me just change the color of my pen here. So this should be based on the Pythagorean identity cosine squared here. I would like to remove this and express this in terms of sine squared here. So maybe we can change this. Okay, or maybe okay, maybe one at a time. Let's just focus on that. So I would like to express this in terms of sine squared theta because there's sine squared theta here. Okay, so in this case, let's use this. So instead of writing cosine squared theta, we substitute that with 1 minus sine squared theta. So this is 1 minus sine squared theta plus, and then we just copy this, sine to the fourth theta. Let's do it one by one. Okay, the next thing we have to do is also sine squared. There's no sine to the fourth here, so maybe we can break sine to the fourth theta. We can break this down and say that, okay, we copy this, sine squared theta plus sine squared theta times sine squared theta. Okay, and okay, what else? Okay, maybe we can also, associate these two terms. Okay, so in this case, it's going to be, this is like 1 plus minus sine squared, like 1 plus minus sine squared theta plus sine squared theta sine squared theta. Okay, I'm sorry, I have to, do it one step at a time and then associate this. Okay, they have common factor. So let's work on this one first. Okay, they have common factor, which is sine squared theta. Sine squared theta. And negative sine squared theta divided by sine squared theta is minus 1, plus sine squared theta divided by sine squared theta is sine squared theta. Okay, I think I'm seeing some progress here, because sine squared theta minus 1, sine squared theta minus 1, sine squared theta minus 1 is sine squared theta minus 1 is negative cosine squared, right? For example, I'm looking at this equation right here. Sine squared theta minus 1 is equal to negative cosine squared theta. So this one, let me just express this as 1 plus sine squared theta times negative cosine squared theta. Wait, am I making sense here? Yeah, I think so. Okay, and I can also say that I cannot combine 1 plus sine squared theta here, because sine squared theta is a factor of this entire term, right? And I mean entire this term here. Okay, so what I can do is to break down 1 to be equal to sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta. So this one here is equal to sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta plus this one, sine squared theta times negative cosine squared theta. Or I can just say, since this is negative, I can just, I'll just want to skip one step there. So I'll just say that this is minus sine squared theta cosine squared theta. I'm seeing sine squared theta here, and I can factor sine squared theta also here, right? Can we do that? Let's see. So sine squared theta, no, I can't do that because this is not a term. We have two terms here. So I can associate this two, and these two terms have one common factor, which is cosine squared theta. Let's do that. So sine squared theta plus the common factor of this is cosine squared theta. So this is 1 minus sine squared theta. Okay, I think I'm making sense because I can see sine squared theta already here. All right, so what's next? Cosine. And we know that 1 minus sine squared theta, look, we have here 1 minus sine squared theta is cosine squared. So what we do is, let's write it first. Sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta, and 1 minus sine squared theta is cosine squared theta. Cosine squared theta times cosine squared theta is cosine to the fourth theta, sine squared theta. And that's it. We're able to prove that cosine squared theta plus sine to the fourth theta is equal to sine squared theta plus cosine to the fourth theta.